This episode brought to you by Todd Gordon.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Coming up on tonight's show, we have a leaderboard update. We're settling the score in shootout. And we have an interview with the Van Hoomissens. All that and more starts right now. We're bucking around live on Twitch.
Can't wait.
Welcome back to Buckin' Around, everybody, your one-stop shop for everything buck hunters need to know. I'm Callum, joined by, as always, Mike Colesworthy.
Hello.
Got that one right for you that time. David Gonzalez.
How's it going, guys?
And our social media manager, Jess, is joining us in the chat.
Hey.
All right, and last time on Buckin' Around, we had some zombie exterminating.
Yep.
We've got an exciting episode lined up ahead, so let's just jump right on into it. Mike, why don't you lead the way with the qualifier check-in?
Yes, very exciting, very exciting. So, when we came to you last week, we had 1,409 individual hunters all over the world vying for one of those coveted World Championship qualifier spots. This week, we have 1,625. Callum, that's a difference of 216 players.
216 in a week.
Did it all up here.
It's just right on the spot. Nowhere else.
Yeah, fantastic. We love seeing more of you guys come out. This is obviously going to be a huge party. So, without further ado, let's dive right into the leaderboards and start talking about who's going where. Main leaderboard for America, your skill-based qualifiers. Surprise, surprise, Ryan Hodgson holding on to first place.
Now, we're seeing this leaderboard level out a little bit. We've got a lot of players who, when Whitetail launched last week, it was kind of a jumble.
Yeah,
I guess is really the best way to put it.
Yeah, it was fresh. We had just opened it, and so some people hadn't had a chance to play it, and the names just got scattered.
So we're seeing a lot of those familiar names that we had before Whitetail launched, but we're also seeing some other players rising up. So, for example, Danny Arbuckle.
Yes.
Over the last few weeks, we've seen him in the bottom, kind of the low end of the 24-ish range. And then last week, we saw him rising up a little bit more.
Yep.
And then this week, we see him breaking the top 12.
Yeah, that's right. Danny Arbuckle, clearly inspired by his performance last year, once back in this year. I have a feeling he's going to be there.
Yeah, and just about every time we've practiced and rehearsed this week, Mike has broken out into song. Every time Danny Arbuckle gets mentioned. So
here come the men in black. There it is again.
But other than that, guys,
you wanted it.
Lots of movement, really exciting. We're seeing some names falling down a little bit. Kylie Hodgson.
Kylie Hodgson did take a little bit of a slip there. Samantha Intrieri had a little slip last week and has recovered from that. So, yeah, I mean, people are obviously out there defending their ranks. And
the whitetail, keep in mind, the whitetail is pretty tough.
Yeah.
So we're going to see some fluctuation. I expect once we launch the next animal, the next tournament, it's going to go completely AWOL again. It's going to
go crazy again, yeah. Bill Hulkey, I see you there in 21st spot. Good to see you again.
He was your prediction, right?
Welcome back. Yeah, I did. He was my prediction when we kicked off the show.
All right, well, let's jump over to the wild cards. Now, keep in mind, this leaderboard is going to populate the further and further we get in as more people meet that minimum play.
Yep, and we have filled in quite a good chunk this week. All kinds of new players popping up here. Jeff Denton holds on to his first wild card spot, but we've got movement pretty much everywhere else.
I don't understand. Who is this Jubilee?
Jubilee, I'm glad that you asked. The infamous Jub has revealed her secret identity to us all. Jubilee, which I thought Jub was a cool name. Jubilee, I've never met a Jubilee outside of the X-Men, so that is awesome.
Out of the X-Men. Jub, we're relying on you to get to the World Championship so we can formally meet the first Jubilee either of us have ever met.
Yep, but, very cool. And I also want to call attention to Tom Martin sitting there in 16th place. Tom Martin, who you may remember Tom Martin.
The name sounds familiar. Why don't you tell everyone at home?
The very same Tom Martin that has been playing in the ladies' tourney. It seems like maybe he figured out the error of his ways, and he is working his way up in the World Championship, which is where he can compete.
All right. We're going to head over to Australia's main leaderboard.
Yes, let's do it.
Now, the coolest thing, Mike, this is so exciting. I love this. Australia, this is the first time they're competing like how U.S. does. Mm-hmm. We have this top three, Glenn, Renee, and Mick Hassler, and they've all been going back and forth. One of them's been top of the skill, one's been top of the wild card, and all three of those names have kind of interchanged. So we've got an intense three-player battle for two spots right now.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, I wish that we had more spots for you, Australia, but yeah, we have two spots to fill, and everybody wants them. So Lots of action happening here.
While we're talking about spots to fill, Courtney McLaughlin climbing the leaderboard.
Yes.
And I think you had a run-in with Courtney recently.
Courtney sent me a very nice message complimenting me on my Australian accent that I did last week. So that was very cool. I appreciated that. And yeah, she's pre-qualified. She got in through the Australian boat tournament, right?
Now, would it be too much to ask for you to do the wild card with your Australian accent?
All right, let's move on over to the wild cards. We've got Renee Ridge-Brooks sitting in first place there, doing a great job holding on to that first place spot. I believe Mick Hassler was in there last week.
I love it.
I hope that measures up. I'm
I
sorry.
think you perfected that.
I'm going to stop it there. All right.
No, keep going.
Let's just do the rest of the show in the accent, Mike.
Oh, you're killing me. Yeah, but we have more wild cards in Australia this week. The secret is out. Australia knows that the World Championship is happening, and a lot of people are entering.
Now let's go over to our humorous friends up north.
Yes.
Canada.
The Canadians just love joking around. And, oh man, jokesters.
Leading the board, we have reluctantly Drew Baldock, and that's actually kind of a funny story, is after last week's show, Joe went in and changed his name, because of course his name, if you remember, was, oh geez, I can't even, why do I keep stepping in Doggerdo?
Yeah.
And Joe went in and changed his name to, because you need to play with a real ID. So he then came back with reluctantly Drew Baldock. So they're having a semi-conversation through the leaderboards. And I think that's what caused Brennan Dogger to change his name.
Yep, yeah. Last week he was just Dogger.
But something I'd like to draw a lot of attention to is Neil Davidson.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of the correct word here. The self-proclaimed, there we go.
Yes.
The self-proclaimed Canadian champion.
Yep.
Been kind of middle of the pack.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, he's fourth.
Yeah. I think he's been kind of getting warmed up. You know, like you said, he was kind of floating around in the middle of the leaderboard, and this week he makes a big push and moves into first. I think that he's really going to give reluctantly Drew Baldock a run for his money.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
I hope, no matter what, I hope they all come out.
Yep.
The more the merrier. It's an incredible party. You're not going to want to miss it.
Absolutely.
My money's on Jet Li.
Jet Li taking it, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
Definitely.
now let's switch it over to the ladies.
Yes, let's take a look, shall we? Main leaderboard for the ladies, Melinda Van Hoomissen, who we will have an opportunity to talk to very shortly, holding on to that first place spot, defending it, I guess you could say, from Samantha Intrieri, who held it for several weeks.
And Samantha Intrieri is sitting on that second spot. She hasn't moved at all, so these two are kind of stapling themselves in. Initially, we were saying it looks like Sam's not going anywhere, but now it looks like Melinda's not going anywhere, but neither is Sam.
Yeah, and you know what? There's so many talented ladies sitting at the top of this list. Alyssa Friedman, Kylie Hodgson. These ladies are forces of nature to be reckoned with. So I think that as the competition gets closer to its endpoint, this is really there's gonna be so much going on here.
I can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. And as you may or may not know, the ladies' wild card is already full.
Yeah, well,
So-
I mean, not so full that you can't also try, but yeah, the wild cards here. Rhonda Doyle makes a big move, moves into the first wild card spot, taking it away from Shirley Ann McMurtry.
And that's not a name I'm familiar with.
No, I think that we've got some new ladies here.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of them as the ladies' competition is always intense, but it's always a lot of fun.
That's right.
We have an incredible, talented ladies pool, but a lot of these names I don't recognize. We've got Sherry Hansen.
Yeah,
for
I'll tell you a
example.
name I do recognize, though, Callum. Tom Martin. What are you doing, man? I thought that you figured this out, but the arrow says that you are actually moving up in the ranks. I don't understand what you're getting at here, man. I hate to see you have you waste your money, but man,
He's just making it clear. He is the number one lady.
good on you, Tom.
Tom, we're going to come after you sooner or later, but for now, keep on keeping on, man.
Enjoy it, I suppose.
I
Yeah.
guess is the best way to do it. But let's go on to the next board, the Rank Play Top 50 for this week.
All right. So
Now hold the phone.
wait a minute.
Hold the phone. Ryan Hodgson, CJE.
All right.
What? Chris Eichmann?
Chris Eichmann comes in and breaks up the bro down that is CJE and RAR, seemingly inseparable until this week.
I'm speechless.
Yeah.
This has been week after week after week. We've had
Callum
CJR,
is never speechless. That's okay.
CJE, and RAR.
Yeah.
And now we have a little break, and I guarantee you this isn't the last we'll see of this guy climbing.
Yeah, no, I think Chris Eichmann is making a statement here, and perhaps Ryan Hodgson, his title might be in jeopardy here. We'll see.
Tough words, but at the end of the day, before we kind of talk about this, why don't we just touch on what these red names mean?
Yeah, just as a reminder, as we've looked at all of these leaderboards, people, if your name is in red, there's a problem with it. If it's in the ladies' tourney and it's red, it means you're probably a guy. But across the board, if it's red, it's not a legal name, as far as we can tell. So do your best to update those before you get involved with professional competition.
And we're going to see a lot of shift on these boards. As we've said before, a lot of players are going to be looking towards competing in the World Championship tournaments.
Yeah.
So they're not really focusing on the rank play, but nonetheless, lots of movement. We've got some big names going up. We've got some new names showing up that we are completely unfamiliar with. But I love to see it. These will be up on your social medias. Jess, we're going to get that up on our official page right after this show, and of course on the Buck Hunters.
Yes, indeed.
Let's
Let's
take a look at the chat, because Mike and I have a grudge to settle.
Yeah.
We've gone toe-to-toe a couple times on Bucking Around.
Yeah.
And every time I've won,
Except
Mike
last week.
takes
Nailed
it dirty.
Thank you. No, wait, what?
Dude, that
it was
was
not
dirty.
dirty.
Let's be honest.
all
Is
right.
that what you just said?
Yeah, I was hoping no one else would catch that. I'm sure some people in the chat
Of course I'm going to catch that.
But
Yeah, so we've argued enough on the
So far we have a
promotion
collective
for this week's
$10 off
episode.
Mike.
that's right. Okay, so you know what? Let's just get into
Yeah.
it. Let's one-on-one shootout.
Yeah.
Everyone at home, do me a favor, make bets in my favor, ideally. White Tornado, I won't let you down. But Scott, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this. Let's play. Shootout. We're going to stretch it out. We're
I'm
going
gonna
to get ready.
Just gonna get limber here. Yep.
I'm going
Let's
to...
do a couple of these.
Yep.
Okay. All
Let
right.
me know when you're done embarrassing
All right.
yourself.
Hey,
We're good?
stretching is very important.
All right. Don't do me a favor and pass my beer over. All right.
All right.
And being the higher seed, of course, I'll take the green gun.
It's just so I can be closer to the camera. We know what you guys want to see. All right.
You can pick the animal.
I
What do you
can't
want?
actually. Let's see. I don't know. We did bighorn sheep. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you, man. Ooh.
Mike, you're getting some love for your shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank
Ooh,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Available now on the Big Buck online store.
All right. We're getting into some white-tailed deer, and we're gonna deal with what the players are dealing with.
Yeah. This was a smart move. Let's really embarrass ourselves here.
Oh, Mike. Okay, 3-3.
Okay. All right. All right.
I'll cheers to that.
Cheers. Friendly competition. Oh. That's a friendly score right there if I've ever seen one.
Friendly score. 2 1,000s, nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, we shot.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
Oh! Oh!
That one stung a little bit. Hey, but look who has the best bucks in town.
Yeah, but
You know
I mean,
what?
that's practically tying it up.
Whatever.
Ooh. Here we go.
I got this. I got
Here
this.
we go. 3 and 3. 3 and 3. Oh, no! Mike with the dough out.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Go, White Tornado. I
You
hope
might
you're
have
in here.
this.
Oh, no.
White Tornado. It's you and me against the world, baby.
Guys, I messed up.
Can we see if there's anything? Oh, that's gonna hurt.
It hurts.
I feel bad for you.
Shut up.
I hope Susie's not watching.
All right. Can Mike redeem himself?
Oh,
Are you
no.
kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Oh,
No,
Mike.
Mike.
Are you kidding me?
Mike.
Guys, listen.
We can rematch. I'll allow a rematch.
Those happen.
Callum was due
Those
for a
happen.
win.
It
Callum
happens
was
to
due
the
for a
best of
win.
us. I've seen it happen in the World Championship. You guys are way better than I am. You know, sometimes life just throws you a curveball, and you got to make curveball aid out of it. You know what I'm saying?
We need that on the T-shirt. Sometimes life throws you curveballs.
This is just insult to injury because everyone knows I hate bonus games, but let's just see what we can do here. Stop taking all of them, dude. Are you kidding me? I hate this.
Well,
Oh, the shame.
for what it's worth, I don't feel good after that win. That was one of those where it kind of hurts me.
But everyone loves a good underdog story. One of these days, I'm going to step up and win this. Mike, what are you doing? I'm sorry.
Come on, Mike. And down goes Mike. My money's on Callum. Attaboy, Moskowitz. It's all right. You know what? I feel good. I'm not going to say I don't. But I feel kind of bad.
I kind of hate that the chickens are taunting me right now.
Just kind of going off in the back.
Hold on. I got to quit. All right. Show the scores. That's just great. That's wonderful.
That's me. That's me. Okay, but you know what? Enough of that. Let's just do the buckshot of the week. Jess, can you walk us through that?
I totally can. Our buckshot of the week is coming from Julia Wilmont. She's one of our avid buck hunters. And if we can throw up the photo, it's basically like an ode to collectors collecting all the big buck world championship cards, player cards. You can basically have a whole collection if you've been in it long enough. So she's obviously put hers on display here, and it's nice to see that.
Very cool, very cool. Thank you for sharing your collection with us, Julia. And speaking of thanks, this show has been brought to you by Todd Gordon. Now he's the guy, the free agent who's currently going under Big Eye Media, the behind-the-scenes technical mastermind that has helped us take the World Championship to the next level for 3 years in a row.
Yeah, you know, the live broadcast of the World Championship and this show would not be possible without his technical expertise.
Yep.
And on top of that, and the fun fact for you guys at home, he's also a passionate and dedicated beekeeper.
Yeah, who knew? So thank you very much for your help with anything and everything streaming, Todd. Thank you for the honey, and thank you for helping to save the bee population. That's very noble of you.
Yeah, and if you guys are interested in getting involved with the sponsor spot, just email us at sponsorship@playmechanics.com. Let us know what you're interested in. It's whether it's making Mike and I do some silly stuff, sending a personal message to one of your friends or family, or promoting your workplace.
Yeah, it's a great way to get involved. And speaking of involved, how about we talk to a couple of the most involved people in the big buck community? We've got an interview now with the Van Hoomissens. Melinda, Scott, are you there?
We're here.
Hey!
Hello. Mama and Papa Big Buck themselves.
Oh, getting a little.
Yeah, that's an honor. I like that. I like that moniker.
It's gonna stick.
Yeah, well, you know what? Not all of us have had the opportunity to meet you guys, so if you guys don't mind, could you introduce yourselves real quick?
Ladies first.
My name's Melinda Van Hoomissen, and I love Big Buck. I've been going to the World Championship since 2010.
Awesome.
And what about you,
And
Scott?
My name is Scott Van Hoomissen, and I've been going to the World Championship since 2009. I just missed one because I didn't know there was such a thing.
That's a pretty good excuse,
We'll let it slide.
considering it was the first one ever. Very cool. So if you guys don't mind, could you tell everyone at home what it is that you do when you're not playing Big Buck? You there?
I've worked for the federal government for 15 years, and right now I work for Veterans Administration and process medical bills, but I do all that just so I can afford to play Big Buck.
Right on, right on. And
I
Scott?
really didn't understand the question.
Pardon?
There isn't anything else but big buck.
He said, "I don't do anything else but big buck." Scott, I like your style.
Very cool.
Sometimes I go to work, but
Sometimes, maybe, here and there.
When there's time. Very cool. So as we introduced you guys, Mama and Papa Big Buck, this is a loving moniker that you guys have earned for a couple reasons. One, you have a very enthusiastic family of buck hunters over there. Is that right?
That we do.
yeah.
And
Maxwell, our 10-year-old, soon to be 11, plays and plays and plays and plays. He can't wait to be 18. Federico.
Very cool, very cool. And then, of course, the second reason that you guys have earned that is that you're both longtime World Championship veterans. You touched on this a little bit.
I'm just going to say because we're old.
No.
Whoa.
Not at all, not at all. Should
You know what? Let's jump right on into the meat of it.
Yeah, let's talk about the World Championship.
Scott and Melinda, you guys have placed all over throughout the World Championships, everywhere from 42nd up to Melinda winning the ladies tournament. Now, how has the World Championship changed since you guys started competing?
Well, can I answer that first? The first one I went to was at, I believe, a place called District there in Chicago. And it was a nice little get together. I was in awe of all my heroes. You know, you play them, you see them on Facebook, and then you're there in the same room with them. People like Alex Dur.
That's right.
Did we? Scott, are you still with us? Did we lose Scott? Still have Jess. All right, so it sounds like we lost Scott, but going off of what he was saying while we... we brought him back?
All right, we're good.
All right, Scott, we lost you after you mentioned Alex Durho. Could you pick back up where you were?
Well, the other name I mentioned was Andy Lynn, and
the Big Buck Ninja.
That might be the time you're alluding to. The I think I was 42nd in that one.
Yeah, I think in 2012 it looks like he took 42nd place.
Oh, that was New York.
All right, and Melinda, how's the World Championship changed for you since you started competing?
I'm just impressed with that every year it's bigger and better. Like, I love the game. I also just love the family and all of our friends. And you throw an amazing party, and every year it's bigger and better. And it's just exciting to see what the next year holds.
Awesome.
Now,
excited for Austin.
Nice.
And you mentioned the spectacle, the party, and everything. And you also talked a little bit about the family. My next question was basically, what does it mean to you? But I think you might have wrapped up both of those there.
Actually, family means a lot to us, our own and our Big Buck family, and we keep pretty close tabs on the babies that are born, the marriages that are happening, and, if I may, the graduations that happened last night. This is Federico. He just graduated last night, and he's going to be with us this year, excuse me, as one of the youngest competitors ever. So
that is
Federico,
awesome.
Nice.
Federico, round of applause,
Federico.
buddy. Congratulations.
While we're on the topic of congratulations, I do believe Trevor Gartner also just had his kid.
Yeah.
We actually have it right here as well.
You've got pictures of that too.
Or perhaps
This is why we call you guys the mama and papa of Big Buck.
Yeah, this is our current champ, and he and Mandy just had a baby on the 7th, I believe, at 2:11 a.m. And I want you to say hello to 7-pound, 2-ounce Dirks Clayton Gartner. Just another Gartner that's going to kick my ass.
All right.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah,
At least you've got about 18
congratulations.
years till that one happens, Scott.
Can we pictures?
I want to show you one more picture.
Absolutely.
For it.
Everybody that knows anything about Big Buck knows about the Nomans.
Yes.
Can we agree on that?
We do.
Wrong. What's wrong with not having another Noman? And here we go.
We have a
We got
third.
another.
Congratulations to go out.
The Nomans just keep growing, don't they?
Kevin and Christina got married in May, and we're lucky to have another Noman in the group.
That is fantastic.
This is just
And then if you guys are going to know this guy, I don't want to go by without saying congratulations to these guys. This is Logan and Erica Startenberg.
hey.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Logan and Erica welcoming another child.
And of course, Logan, for everyone at home, Logan is one of our programmers here who is pretty active on all of our social media channels. So
Yeah,
you
he's
may have
actually
seen
been
him
on the
around.
show. Yeah,
So, congrats to Logan and Erica. This is a really feel-good episode.
Yeah, I get warm and fuzzy.
Glad we brought you guys in.
And it's not just this. Hey, listen. So when and how did Big Buck become a Van Hoomissen family tradition?
I can answer that. We used to go out to eat all the time at a restaurant here, and half of it was a bar with like a half wall. So I'd be sitting with all the kids and watching Scott just feed the machine. So when we got our tax return, I thought, well, I'll buy the machine for the house, because I had no idea about all the online fun there was to be had.
Yeah.
So I used our tax return, bought one of the Big Buck
Open season.
Open season.
Open season.
And that's when I got hooked, when we had it in the house. And then I realized about all the online play. And so it was just every night, or once a week, we'd have date night. We'd go out and do karaoke in Big Buck. And so that just became our thing.
That's very cool. I think we have a graphic we put together for Scott and Melinda. Do we have that to pull up real quick? This basically illustrates how you guys have placed in World Championships in the past. And I just wanted to bring this up real quick. It looks like, Melinda, you've won almost 10 times more money than Scott has.
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah. I love you.
He actually, though, I have to say that
Very, very cool.
tournament trained him the night before. He is so, I think it's harder on him than me that night before. So the next day, I think he's already out from cheering me on ladies' night.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, and open bar.
Very cool. Well, speaking of open bars and getting just the right Big Buck buzz, do you guys have any tips for like how you train for the World Championship?
We play a lot. I have to say that one of the things that we do is we watch the boards, and when we see a lot of movement, we think, oh, today's the day to go play, and looking for any excuse to get out there. So I think that's a big thing is seeing when there's a lot of movement and realizing it's a good day to hunt.
Now, what about tips and tricks for people trying to qualify at home outside of the Van Hoomissen family?
No, I don't. I guess I don't understand the question. Well, I just see when I see movement on the boards is when I figure that it's a good day for high scores.
All right, fair enough. Well,
I will
so go ahead, Scott.
I'll tell you this. Yeah, here in the Northwest, we've got, it's not quite like Minnesota, but we've got a little get-together 3-4 times a year and help each other out. And, I'll take a tiny bit of credit for Christina Eddy being...
this is a good story.
For being Rookie of the Year last year, probably, in at least the ladies' tournament.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I saw her playing, and I saw her kind of creeping around the last year, of course, creeping around the qualification score that was necessary. So I called up her bar. I didn't know her, and she didn't know me. And I said, "Is there a girl playing there named Christina?" It sounded kind of creepy because the guy was around.
Yeah, I was just
She
gonna say,
showed
so-
up at our house, and
Just a wild Van Hoomissen.
He warned her. The bar. He was like, there was some guy just calling and asking about you. I don't know how he knows you're here. But he gives you what call him. And so she called us, and she showed up at our house for one of the big parties that we had.
with
Oh,
a
wow.
bodyguard.
And she did. She brought a friend. She's like, I was either really excited or really scared. I wasn't sure what I was getting
Yeah,
myself.
that's one of those situations you really don't know what you're getting into, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, but our youngest son answered the door, so that relieved her. And we had a blast playing that night, and that's how we met Christina. We just watched her online, stalked her online, and then called her bar, and then she invited her to our house.
That is so cool.
Also kind of creepy.
Started out creepy, ended cool.
Ended cool. There you go. All right, now I've got one last question before we send it over the chat to check in with some questions. Now, Melinda, can I have your top 3 for the ladies' tournament this year? In no specific order.
No specific order. I'm gonna go. Ooh, this is difficult.
And Scott, be ready, because I'm coming to you next for the World Championship.
Definitely Lindsay. We're gonna be on her turf in Texas, and we know the crowd is gonna be cheering for her.
Okay.
Yep.
I would Samantha, Christina, Sarah, and me. I'm gonna give you 5. Those are
Okay, I'll take 5.
I'll take 5.
5
Yeah,
is okay. All right, since we let you have 5, Scott, why don't we give you 5 for the World Championship? Give me your top.
Depending on how the birth of the baby affected the champ and Mandy, I'm going to say the champ repeats.
Ooh.
That's bold.
That's the second two-peat.
Of course, if there is any effect, and there's a lot of no sleeping when you have a baby, they got more to go to catch up to us. So if it does have some sort of effect on him and he falters a little bit, I'm going to say somebody like RJ, up here in the Northwest. Somebody like RJ, or maybe one of the Burns brothers,
Sure.
one of those guys. I really got a lot of respect for the speed, the accuracy, and the work that they put in. But if I had to put $1 million on it, gotta say Hodgson.
Hodgson, okay.
Yeah.
The seemingly
Definitely.
unbeatable leaderboard guy.
Yeah. I think that he's definitely hungry to take home a big victory at the championship. He's come so close.
All right, Jess, before we wrap up this interview, do we have any questions from the chat?
One question we have, what is their favorite world championship so far?
Good question.
The one I won.
That's a pretty good one,
that's
yeah.
So
Good
that'd be
question.
2013, which was, Melinda, remind me what city?
And I'm gonna let you guys all in on a little secret too about that championship. The way we train for that championship is the way we've been training recently. And so she can say, all the girl names she wants. I think she gonna win it again.
Ooh.
And it's gonna be hard for any of the girls to break into that Sarah Melinda thing that's going on.
The
Uh,
first second.
And a lot of girls can, but they got to do it and get it done, or it's just gonna be like rolling downhill. I think another couple 3 years is Sarah Melinda.
We're going to have the Sarah Melinda Sarah dynasty.
I'm gonna say that I think this year, because every year has been better, so I'm going for my favorite. It's gonna be Austin, Texas.
That's the
Well,
spirit, yeah.
I just want to point something out. I think we've talked about this on a previous episode. Isn't there a 2-1-2-1 pattern that goes on between Sarah and Melinda? Doesn't Sarah go in breaks? Of
Yeah,
win 2, lose
well,
1?
I touched on an earlier episode about the fact that Sarah's winning championships seem to come in pairs, so this is actually one of the off years, if that's true.
So it could happen,
So,
Melinda.
Melinda, I think that you're definitely doing all the right training right now.
Well, Lindsay, I think, has a big advantage to be playing on her home turf
Home
and
turf, for
sleeping
sure.
in her own bed, and so she's going to be a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, and I think that just about wraps up the questions from the chat.
Oh, do we
All
have
right.
I
any
don't know
more?
if they have any.
No more from the chat. All right, well, I want to thank you both sincerely for being here.
Yeah, I think that's it.
So, did you have one, Jess?
Oh, no, I was just saying that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, thank you very much for being here.
We
Melinda,
have one more thing.
Absolutely, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Introducing the future of Buck Hunter.
This is Max. Max, tell
Hey,
what this
guys.
is.
That's the name of my YouTube channel. I play Big Buck on it and other video games.
Oh,
Oh, awesome.
Very cool.
love it. Max Destruction 9.
Max
Max Destruction 9. I'm
I
definitely
love it.
going to check that out, buddy.
He just posted a Big Buck Hunter
Whitetail.
video.
Oh,
He actually loves whitetail, if you can believe that. We're actually wondering if he's even ours.
And you know
Wow.
what? It's funny because he probably still did better than Mike over here.
oh.
You know what? Good for you, Max. I'm going to ignore that. That's super cool, man. I hope to meet you, and maybe we'll have you on the show sometime.
He said if he gets 20, what are they called? Viewers? If you get 20 subscribers, he's going to dye his hair blue and green. So help
There
us
you
out.
have
Cool.
it. There
20
you have it.
subscribers, and he goes blue and green. I
Yeah.
like that.
I think we can make that happen.
All right,
Yeah.
awesome.
You want to hold up that link one more time?
Sure.
Max with 2 X's, Destruction 9.
All right.
Max, 2 X's, Destruction 9.
Good to know. Good to know. Like I said, I'm definitely going to check that out. Again, Scott, Melinda, this interview turned into something way more heartwarming than I ever thought that it would be. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for taking the time to be with us tonight.
We love our Big Buck family. It's our favorite part, getting to see everybody online all year and be a part of all their important events, and we can't wait to party with everybody in Austin.
Oh, we
Fantastic.
can't wait either.
Before I let you go, do you guys have any trash talk you want to deal out? I know, Melinda, you've got to have some words for Sarah. Oh,
She's thinking wise, thinking carefully.
Disappointed in the trash talk area. I just have so much fun that, I don't know, you guys have an uncanny mind reader. I saw the meme, whatever, that you posted with me, so.
must destroy. Yeah.
Second place. I have to say, I'm going to come in hot this year because I'm tired of second place.
All right. Awesome. Well, thanks again, and we'll talk to you real soon, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Bye.
Scott. See you, Melinda. Have a
Bye.
good night, guys. That was way more heartwarming than I expected.
That was so nice.
That was a
That
super
so
feel-good
nice.
interview.
Yeah.
Kids being born.
Yeah.
Max 2X Destroyer 9.
Yep.
Killing everyone, killing you.
Destruction.
Probably.
Destruction.
Max
sorry.
Destruction 9.
Max
yeah.
Destruction 2X is 9. All right.
All right.
Anyway, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up unless anyone has anything else to say.
No, I'm still smiling from the interview.
Just going to be feeling good all night.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah.
do us a favor. Show some love on all of our social media sites below. We've got 1, 2, and 3, I think.
Yeah, they're down
maybe
here
4,
somewhere.
but they're somewhere down there. Either way, show some love. Use hashtag BuckHunter. Correct, Jess?
Yep, that's right.
Hashtag BuckHunter to get in contact with us. I'm Callum.
I'm Mike.
I'm David.
I'm Jess.
Oh,
I'm Jess.
we're the cast and crew of Bucking Around. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
Take it easy.